Hi there, Woodhouse 204 here, once again. We're going to be playing some more Front Mission First Remake again today. And as you can see, we're doing a little bit of grinding in the arena. I need some money. We finished, I think, Mission 8 last time I streamed. And we need to get some new parts for our new members, Hans, the hacker, and Kong, I think his name is. So we're going to be doing some of that first off. And then we're going to be moving on to Mission 9, which I think is where we meet Molly, the stupid, annoying woman who refuses to leave town. I think that's her. I think I remember correctly there. It's a very cold day today. I'm inside. I have my little heater down here where you can't quite see. In case you're wondering what it is I get up to. Down here. Why am I turning things sexual straight away? How weird. Yeah, it's very cold here today. I just put I just hung the lights outside, the Christmas lights. So I've got no other chores to do today, which is very, very nice. As such, I figured I would get on with some more of this playthrough, because you know what? It's not a short game. This is not a particularly short game at all. So, you know, best way to get through that is to just get on with it. So we're probably, I mean, in terms of numbers, we're a third of the way through the game. But in terms of how long it actually takes, the more Vanzas we get in our party, the longer each mission takes, unfortunately. I am wondering. So if you haven't joined one of our streams before, we are. I'm disappointed in this particular remake as it stands. I'm hopefully going to have a full review, a proper review out in the next couple of days. Just, you know, to give a more scripted answer as to how I feel about the game. More on point. It's disappointing that we couldn't have had a more changed, a more varied game than what we have here, because I like the original game. I think it's cool, but it's also 27 years old. So, you know, there are things they could have done to have made the game, you know, less clunky, honestly. For starters, this arena scene, this arena thing you have to do to get money and what have you, doesn't need to be in here. You can just go to the bar and have a slot machine. It would serve exactly the same purpose. So, I mean, I'm kind of, how do I say this? I'm upset about where Forever Entertainment thought that they could get away with this. It's not even. Oh wow, I'm gonna lose here unless something miraculous happens. Don't get me wrong, by the way. They had to put a lot of work in to get the graphics looking like this, and you know, lots of work has gone into that. But that was some BS right there. But everything else is kind of meh. If I wanted to play this game, and you know what, I say as much in the review that I've got coming out, but you'd be better off just playing an emulator that has a fast forward button in it than play this. It's faster. The things that are good about this game are the Vanza designs, the way it looks in sprite work, and the story. The combat is okay. It's not the best, not even close. I mean, Final Fantasy Tactics came out I think 8 months after this, after the original Front Mission, and it plays better than this. Say what you will, whether or not you're you know, you really like mech combat, and that's fine, by the way. You know, you're allowed to enjoy that. the point I'm trying to make is, though, that the game doesn't play particularly great. If you compare it to, you know, something like a Final Fantasy Tactics or, you know, something of that caliber, that game just plays better. I mean, some people will definitely like not agree with me, but I just that's my opinion. Now then, Kong is a melee type, so what we really would like to do is make him quite the. Sorry, I was just looking at the little batons here, the hand rods. Very interesting looking. Yeah, so lighter characters you kind of want to make, melee characters you want to make lighter, because, you know, if you do that, they're more likely to dodge attacks and stay alive longer, which they need because they have to get close into melee range. Yes. That's right, it's the Zeraids. The Zeraids that are lighter but more effective. Better for our melee counterparts here. Can we have... Yes, blocking technology! Nice, kind of fun. Crap! Well, you know what? That's probably enough for Kong to be able to go into the next mission without any problems, I would have thought. So, yeah. What was I saying before? I'm disappointed in this game. There was such an opportunity to actually make like a really, really good game in this, and like. Forever Entertainment just haven't done that. They've just done literally the least amount of effort possible. And I get that. I get why they do that, because obviously, you know, if you look at what Forever Entertainment does and what their market is, their market demographic is, it's to make budget titles, which is a shame. They also make games, by the way, that come to the PC market like 6 months after their console release. So, you know, there's always the possibility that in 6 months' time, we could see like a PC release of this game, and then the modders will get hold of it, and somebody who's like very passionate for this series could, you know, do some wonderful things with this game. Hey, it's Molly. Hey, Molly. Nobody ever likes you, Molly. You're maybe one of the least likable characters in video games. So, yeah. The idea of maybe having a PC version of this game is actually kind of appealing, just because it gives people the opportunity to do the things that they haven't done with this game. Like, I mean, the fact you could uncap the frame rate to be 60 FPS, and then just have, you know, that fast forward button now that I want, because that sure sounds like something we need in this game. Some of the choices that they've made are just kind of weird. I mean, for one, having to go through the arena all the time. I get that. That's it. It was in the original game. They want the authentic experience, but still, it's just such a pain in the ass. Like, there's no real need for it. If you want people to like have a training room or some way to try out their new Vanzas, just have a training room. You know. If you want people to like, you know, get through the game, and the game's pacing is like the worst part of the game, easily the worst part of it. Having something that addresses that, by not having to use the arena, and you know, just balancing the game around that, like having enemy units like give you more cash, or maybe things costing less. Those are the ways to get through the game, because as it stands right now, this game like is kind of... Oh wow. Great. Okay, well I lose some money because Molly dies, but Molly died in the first attack. So, yay. Well done, Molly. I'm pretty certain she always dies, but whatever. Oh, dear. I hate Molly. I really do. I think she's a terrible character. But yeah, some of the choices that Forever Entertainment have made in this game are just, they don't make any sense to me at all. It's just weird. And yeah, I know some people are okay with the game. I know some people are very happy with it. But I wanted them to do something with this game. Like, the whole fact that they had the PR department for them has been so sparse with information just proves the fact that they've done as little as possible with it. They obviously put some time and effort into getting the game looking like this, but I think they had to. They had to at least make it look better. And obviously with, you know, 3D rendered Vanzas. But the thing I'm worried about in that respect, though, is that they'll just take the sprite work, this graphics work, and they'll just put it into the other games. At which point, you know, you're kind of reusing the assets from one game to the next, which is just, it just ends up kind of looking bad, you know. It just makes it look lazy. I'll be keeping it, like, my channel, by the way, if anyone's watching this, I'll be keeping an eye on, like, the Front Mission games, and I'll be reporting whenever we get new information about them, because Forever Entertainment, in case you didn't know, like, have the IP rights now to the first 3 Front Mission games, and they'll be looking to make those in the next 18 months, next year, something like that. So I'll be keeping an eye on that, making sure that, like, they don't try anything more underhanded, I guess. More than they already have done. I wouldn't say it's underhanded what they're doing. It's kind of lazy. I mean, I'm still playing the game. Although I should point out for anyone who's not aware, like, Forever Entertainment gave me this key. I didn't have to pay for this. They needed people to stream the game, and I was going to get the game and cover it anyway, so it seemed like a no-brainer to me. I will take this free key, not have to spend my £35, thank you very much, and still just be honest about it and say that it's not up to snuff. It's not good enough. Actually, there was kind of a weird thing that happened as well, because I don't know if anyone who's watching has been following Forever Entertainment on Twitter. They have a specific Twitter account just for Front Mission as well, and on that they've been, like, you know, they've been tweeting and retweeting people's, like, opinions on the game, and I think quite rightly so. They've not all been positive, but that hasn't stopped them reporting on it. They've still, like, so Nintendo Life gave a 5 out of 10 score to the game. And yet, Forever Entertainment were still quite happy to retweet that out. And I'm just thinking, like, well, hang on a minute. If somebody's giving you a bad score, you don't want everyone to know about that. You know, this platform that you're using, that you're trying to garner, like, attention and the good vibes for your product, and you're just going, oh yeah, we got, like, a very middling score on this one. Congrats us. And I'm just thinking, like, the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? You want to bury that shit as hard as possible. You don't want, like, people to know that this. Would I say Nintendo Life is a respected outlet? It's certainly more respected than mine is, my little YouTube channel. So I guess they are a respected outlet, and they've reviewed this game very poorly. I mean, if you think about it, most games these days, I think they have I think it's bad if they get like a 6. A score of 6 is usually not great. This game, nah, we'll just it gets a 5. Meanwhile, like Forever Entertainment are just like, yeah, print that shit. Like, let everybody know. Let everybody know what's going on. I don't know. I mean, I've never been in the position of making these kinds of decisions, but if it were me doing that, I would be trying to hide that shit like it was treasure or something. Like, you know, I'd be making sure nobody knows what other people think about it, and just be scouring the internet for people saying nice things about our game, and making sure everyone sees those instead. Yeah, printing a 5 out of 10 score and pretending that it's a good thing is just... That's like some 5-head moment. It's just very, very strange. I don't know. I've got to say, by the way, and as much as I've been dunking on the game, I really like the sound design in this game. I think the sound design is probably the best thing about it. The OST is really nice. The way that the sound, the musical loops, not the best. There's not a whole lot you can do about that though. That's kind of down to the way the game is designed. Unless, you know, the person composing the music. Obviously, what they've done is they've gone back to the original music and they've remastered it, but it sounds really nice. It's probably the best thing about this game, honestly. And that's kind of me, like, searching for something nice to say, as much as I don't really want to be like that. I don't enjoy being nasty about games, especially not one that I've, like, you know, I've been expecting. Like, ever since this first got announced, by the way, back in February, I've been waiting for this game to be announced, to come out. So it's not like, you know, I've just been waiting here with bated breath, waiting to shit all over this game. That isn't what is going on here. The reason I'm, like, speaking out is because I'm not happy with it. I feel like it could have been dealt with better. And it's not like I have no examples or, you know, reasonable belief to back me up on this, because, you know, as nice as the game looks, like, it still kind of looks like a PS3 game. And don't get me wrong, I know that this is on a Nintendo Switch, but I feel like there are much better looking games on the system. Maybe that's unfair. I don't know. Just the thing that always made the original stand out was the fact that, hey, this is a Super NES game, but it looks like this. It looks amazing. Like, the game looked amazing when it came out. I remember playing the game back in '98 or something like that. I didn't have a Super NES growing up, so what I ended up having to do was play on an emulator. And when I played on an emulator, I was looking for RPGs to play, because, you know, it's the Super NES. That's what you played on that console. Like, it was the best console to have if you liked RPGs, which I do. And in doing so, I found the Japanese version of this. And I played it for ages, by the way. I played it, like, quite a while. Even though I couldn't understand anything. I think I got to, like, the 3rd or 4th mission, where you had to do a specific thing in the menus. And obviously all the menus were in Japanese, so I couldn't understand what it wanted me to do. But I enjoyed my experience with it. Like, the graphics, the sprite work were the thing that kept me going through it. And whilst this does look nice, I think I actually would have, thinking about it, I probably would have preferred they kept the sprite work, made it into a 3, so like in the original, like you couldn't rotate the camera like this. But I would have preferred it if they kept the sprite work, had it so that you could, you know, have a free moving camera, because you would definitely get into trouble in the original game where like you couldn't quite see where you were going because it was a fixed perspective. And have that instead and change some of the mechanics so that they were more modern. I would have much preferred that if they just literally kept the game looking the same, but changed the way that the game played. I'm curious how people would feel about that. Maybe that's like a, you know, a controversial way to look at it, but I think I'd prefer to play it that way, honestly. I'm sure I feel like that's probably going to be an unpopular opinion, perhaps, but I think that would be better, honestly. The way that the game looked when it first came out, that was the thing that got me playing it. That and the fact that it's mechs, because I love mechs. Yeah, I wonder how people would feel about that. Nice. The thing that you have to remember though is that if they are staying faithful to the original, and it definitely looks that way, you got to remember that Front Mission 2 and 3 are coming, and if those games are faithful as well, then you could actually like have a decent experience. Like if they use these assets and use them with the like Final Fantasy, the Front Mission 3 gameplay, like the way that game plays, like I could actually see that being a good time. It's just this game, they obviously had to start with Front Mission 1, but this game is kind of clunky now. It probably needed like a better fast forwarding mechanic than just being up. So there is actually a fast forwarding mechanic in the game, but it isn't what you want it to be. They offer you the, so you've probably seen it already on here. Like my Vanzers don't move about; they just get to where they need to be, like that. In the original version, they don't do that. So I've put on the option to have no movement. It just removes movement from the game. It just skips it. And I prefer that. I actually think that's a pretty good call. I think that's good. What I don't like is that the other option that they've given us for having, you know, speeding the game up and the way that it plays, because that's definitely the worst thing about it, is that they remove combat. So these scenes you see here, which are cool, like this is the reason why you want to play this game, they just take those out and just like little numbers pop up above your head, which is just it's just baffling to me. Why would anyone want that? Like, you get rid of the best part of the game. Like that explosion there, that's cool. You want to get rid of that, really? Alright. So that option, I wonder, honestly, it's probably something to do with the fact that the Switch version, this version that I'm playing right now, probably wouldn't be able to handle a fast forward button in the way that I would want it implemented. That's probably not an issue if you are like waiting for the PC version to come, because there will be a PC version coming. It's pretty well known that Forever Entertainment do PC versions of their games, but they do them in staggered releases. So, you know, if you have access to a PC version and you want to play it that way, I would say wait for that. That's probably the way to go. So So yeah, I don't know. I go backwards and forwards on it. Obviously, I really want to like this game. I wish it was better than it is. Overall, I'm just kind of disappointed. The way it looks was the thing that got me in the game in the first place. It does look nice. The story so far is exactly the same as it was originally. I really like the story in this. I think that the story's cool. The pacing's bad. It takes too long to get through stuff. Like, when we finish this map, I will then have to go back to base and upgrade everyone's Vanzas, which takes way too long. So there we go. Keith! Keith is being such a letdown. Also, how goofy are these treads? These treads are so goofy. I do enjoy my giant Nikes, but it doesn't stop them looking goofy as hell. Nice. One thing I haven't been able to figure out so far, by the way, is how well the scaling goes, because I'm obviously not that far into the game. But by the end of the original game, short range becomes broken as, you know, very, very, very strong. And I'm curious how that's going to work out. I feel like it's probably going to be exactly the same, and it's still going to be broken. And you still probably want to go short range. I have a couple of characters now who are melee, with Kong and Mei Hua, and Natalie, who's long ranged, just so I can keep an eye on like how the scaling goes. So yeah, Molly. Man. Then kill me. It's wrong of Lloyd to actually feel that way, by the way. Like, he wasn't the one giving the orders. He was just doing what he was told. Maybe I should have played this on the higher difficulty. So there is actually like a difficulty at the beginning that is scalable. And you can change that, obviously. Not everything's unlocked, though. I chose the default because I figured that would be, you know, the way to go. Since it's default, it does seem a little bit easy, though. So the mission before that one, is the Hell's Wall mission, which some people say can be difficult. But I did it on my first try, so who knows? Oh, I remember this one. It's another forest mission. It sucks. And it sucks also because Molly basically just screws you over doing it. Which is fantastic. Thank you, Molly. Did I get enough money to do things? Probably. Probably. Did we get some better legs so that we don't have to have our giant Nikes? No, we didn't. Everything looks the same. Never mind then. Okay, let's get to it. I think I saved the game before, but whatever. There we go. The one thing I was always bad at in the original is knowing when to do the when to go to the bar and stuff, because I always forget. Da-da-da. Okay, there wasn't anything I was supposed to do there. I'm cheating essentially. I'm looking for when I'm supposed to be going into the bar and talking to specific people to unlock the extra stuff that you can get. It's not like I need it right now though, because the game's kind of easy. So. Oh, I forgot to update Molly's Vanza. Oh well. She runs forward and gets herself killed anyway. So who cares, right? Is there anything in the guide that says don't let... No. No, she can die. Who cares? Excellent. Just the news I needed. Who cares about Molly, eh? Yeah, it still looks goofy when they go up and down. Yeah, this particular section, I think this was maybe one of the maps I hated the most. It's just the fact that there's trees everywhere, so like trying to go in a direction that you want to actually head in without getting distracted by dead ends and what have you. Very, very annoying. Also, the controls are annoying too. Okay, so anyone that's got big sneakers cannot go down that ramp there, which sucks. How are we supposed to get around then? Do we have to go all the way around there? Can they even go that way? No, they can't. So I've got to go that way. That's real bad. I think this is the mission that drove me the most crazy. Just with the pathing available to me. Like, how did they get into that position if they didn't go all the way around here first? God damn it. This mission sucks. Stupid tree line. So essentially, like, you're probably best off trying to stick to Molly because she's been real dumb and just going, help, help, it's the bad guys, they're here to kill you. And just runs off to her own death. If you let her. Literally can't go anywhere, that's fantastic. God, I hate Molly. Keith! Keith, why are you always like this to me? Never hits anything, this Keith. Yeah, I've been trying to think about different things to try and play this afternoon. I've been playing lots of Marvel Snap recently, which I've really been enjoying. If you're not sure what Marvel Snap is, it's an online phone card game where you control cards represented by the various Marvel assets, whether that's like Wolverine or, you know, some other Spider-Man, anything like that. They're all in there. All the Marvel stuff that you could ever want is in there. Whether or not you actually want it, you know what, it's kind of irrelevant. It's nice to look at, but it's not essential. It's not essential to enjoying the game of Marvel Snap, which is very easy to do. The idea is that you're trying to control. You get to put down your Keith. Okay, never mind. You're trying to control 2 out of the 3 locations on this map, and you use your cards to power up each of those locations. And there are lots of different types of combinations of cards that you can use and different skills and what have you. It's very good. I like using a movement deck, which allows me to move my cards around and have lots of fun outsmarting the opponent. Which is all online, by the way. It's all online PvP. Oh, Molly, don't die. Hopefully she runs away. I don't think she does, but we'll have a chance if she runs. Okay, so we can... I do like that, by the way. It's good that there's this little line that shows what's reachable by your tracks and what isn't. That saves a lot of time. I think that's actually... that's probably one of the best features I've actually seen in this game. Having that there and knowing where you can, you know, so you don't waste turns and stuff, is actually very nice. Probably one of the best changes I've seen. Nice. Meihua can't get close enough. Come on, Paul. 7 whole damage. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Should I go that way? Looking like I should. Ah, the hard swings. The hard swings. The hardest of swings. There we go. Thank you, JJ. Thank you for doing your job properly. Here's me thinking Molly would actually cooperate, but no, she just sat there like a lemon. Oh well. Oh no, Molly is dead. I am distraught. Cool. That is fine with me. Oh yeah, I also saw in the news, by the way, that another strategy RPG recently, Digimon Survive, sold 500,000 copies. Which is a lot, by the way, for this particular market share. Like 500,000 copies is a lot. I was one of those people. I bought the game on release day, and I played, let's see, maybe 10 hours? 10 hours sounds right. And I gotta say, I wasn't all that impressed. I thought the game was very pretty. And it was a visual novel strategy RPG game, something I like both those genres, and when they're put together, it could have been great. I kind of underestimated how much of a kid's game it was, though. So all the plot points and everything were aimed at a much younger audience that wouldn't see the twists, the very obvious twists coming. And obviously I did, and it just made the whole game a lot less fun to play, because it kind of felt like I always knew what was coming next. Which, you know, as you can imagine, a game that's a visual novel where you can tell every single twist and turn, kind of boring. There we go. Nice. One more, and I think he might be done. Never mind. He's almost done. Okay. Come on, Keith. You can do it. He hit a dude! And then got 69 XP. What a gent. What a gentleman he is. This is what I'm saying though, like I felt like I could have hit both of these targets. Well, shot at both of these targets, but was only offered the opportunity to hit one. Very odd. Come on, Maywa. He has no legs to speak of. And an arm too? Nah. Bugger my Roger. I was also wondering if I should be covering Marvel Suns as well. But the idea like quickly slipped away from me because for anyone who doesn't follow my stuff, I'm a dad. I work full time, so doing any of this stuff is kind of difficult. I mean, hey, I'm playing Front Mission. There's a certain, you know, age group that I probably fall into, being the fact that I'm playing this, you know, this remake of this very old game. But yeah, I'm completely of that age group, and I have a kid to look after. Maybe I'm getting too warm. Let's turn this off. See, Natalie should have been able to attack from there. I'm disappointed that she wasn't able to. Come on, double. Okay. I am going to get something to eat. Give me a sec. Alright. I'm back. And this time I'm hoping that my Vanzas can actually hit stuff, because at the moment they ain't doing shit. Did I just not take guide? Oh, I'm so happy that happened. God damn it. I can't believe that just happened. Screw this game, man. That shouldn't have happened. ideal, but okay, I'll take it. Goddamn cowards running away. Never mind, looks like I didn't miss out on that skill. I just selected the first one rather than having a choice. So that's good. I would have been so angry if just because I was like tapping through stuff because the game's like kind of slow that I missed out on a particular skill. That would have been upsetting to me. Cannot get a break. Do I chase? I mean, I can chase that one, that's no problem. Oh, they both... Huh. All these guys are just running away from me. I didn't realise how, like, little offensive power they actually had right now. Maybe Natalie can finish this guy off. Would be nice. I'm gonna say those long range like regular weapons that have unlimited ammo, they suck. They really suck. As alternatives to the long range stuff, they're just terrible. It's kind of annoying that these guys have the ability to run away as well. Like they can't do anything to me. It's just the fact that they've still got regular leg parts that they can run away and not have an issue with it. Like these maps take so long just because of stuff like that. Been an hour and I'm already bored. 12 views in the past hour. Blah. It seems that maybe nobody gives a shit. If you are watching this and you do give a shit, please let me know, because hey, if nobody's gonna watch this, there's no point in me really doing this. This game is not great enough to warrant me smashing my head against the wall trying to get through it. It's a disappointing game, so I don't think it probably deserves the effort that I'm putting in. Which is a shame. I'm meant to be doing this because it's fun, not because I feel like I have some, you know, some obligation to do it. Just hit the body, please. Come on. There we go. Thank fuck. Mopping up these units just takes so long. It's so... Oy vey. I do at least like this movement system that they've got. It makes sure that you know that when you... If you take like this long way around here, and your Vanzer can't make like a certain jump, like from here to here, it won't just let you do it. It won't just show up on there that you can. I'm guessing it's because I'm using Gregorio, who has like superior movement on his legs. That he can get to those spots. These guys with their giant Nikes can't make that kind of jump. How rude, I can't get through. Alright, EG. I would like you to make a Vanzer-sized hole so we can get our pizza through here, please. Come on, Natalie. You can do it. She actually did it. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Yep, Mehua, you can just sit there. I think the game's over by now. Everything that's going on is happening over here, and you're on the wrong side of the map. I mean, they've got like, what? 3 supply trucks and 1 Vanzer left. There's not a whole bunch these guys can do now, so... Oh, they got those 2 as well. Okay, they're just sat there waiting to receive it, I guess. Sounds dirty, but... sounds rude. It's fine, though. Kind of makes me wonder if I should be playing Marvel Sons instead. Like I have that waiting on my Steam account. I bought it when it came out, like on the 2nd. What's that? That's 2 days ago. Kind of wish I was playing that instead. When you get into the first couple of games, the first couple of missions in this are fine. But when you start getting to the point where you've got a lot of units to try and take care of, the missions just descend into this sort of like mashup of melee and, you know, short range attacks that just take way too long to get through. I don't know. I like the original game, but it's a product of its time. It was slow back then too, but I used to play it on an emulator, so I could fast forward the bits that were like this. Not being able to do that realistically isn't great. I do like the design of the trucks though. The truck design is cool. They had to change those because otherwise they just kind of look like regular trucks. I'm guessing that probably wasn't the image they were going for. But yeah, being able to cut out all the movement from these sections is actually decent. There's some decent ideas in there, but overall I needed them to change a whole lot more in this game than they actually did. Come on. Human. I'll take it. I will take it. Man, I'm so hot and cold on key. Sometimes you'll come through and just like one-shot things. And then there are other times just like that. Oh, hey, Stephen. What other SNES Genesis tactical RPGs would you like to see to be remade? I'm holding up for Shining Force 2 Remake. I think Shining Force 2 Remake is an excellent idea. I also don't think it'll ever happen, unfortunately. I've done lots of Shining Force 2 stuff on this channel. I did a couple of really cool ROM hacks done by a guy called Dark Claw. And they're really good. They basically take everything that's in those games and sort of shuffles them up until, like, for a lot of it, you don't sort of recognize what they are. They're actually really cool. If you have chance, you should have a look at Dark Claw Shining Force 2 mods. You can see on my channel, they're there. I've got full playthroughs of them from like years and years ago. So I'm a big Shining Force 2 fan. Like I definitely would like to see that happen. And I actually have, weirdly enough, I have a friend who I went to school with who has ended up working for Sega. And I've tried to talk to him about that, and he just basically, he blanks me. whenever it comes up in conversation, I ask him about stuff like that. It's like, nah, I'm not gonna say. It's like, okay, well, you're not my friend anymore. Essentially, like, no, it sucks. I really would like to see a. You know what? Actually, thinking about it realistically, as much as Shining Force 2 remake would be really good, what I would like to see is a Shining Force 3 remake. I mean, the reason I say Shining Force 3 remake is that a lot of people haven't played Shining Force 3. I hear really good things about it. I haven't played it myself, so it'd be a completely new experience for me. The thing that puts me off about it is that if you look at the Sega Saturn games now, they don't look very good. They haven't aged well. There's something about the 3D graphics engine that's in the Sega Saturn that just makes it look kind of terrible, honestly. Like, everything's got this sort of plasticky sort of really fake look about it, and it's not very good to look at all. And for a lot of us Westerners, like, we didn't get to see Shining Force 3. We got the first one. I remember we got Shining Force 3 Part 1, because it's a 3-part game. and we never got to see the other two parts of it. It was never released over here. Oh, we're giving up hope on those, yeah. Shining Force franchise, you should totally play Shining Force 3. The translation from the community is pretty great. You know what? I'm sure it is. It's just the way it looks, man. It's really rough to go back to when you're looking at it, and it's really rough. I don't know what else to say. I could be really nasty about it and just say it doesn't look good, but it's pretty ugly. Thank you. Yes, that was the thing. It is pretty ugly. It's an ugly game, unfortunately. It's weird to think about that the games that came out on the generation before, and even the Game Gear games, like, they actually look better than the very early Sega Saturn games. Which is sad to say. Like, I have a collection. I'm sure you can see that I've got a collection of like RPGs on the PlayStation 1, and some of those are gorgeous. Like Breath of Fire 3 and 4, gorgeous games. They're absolutely amazing looking. Even now, the sprite work on those is fantastic. But some of those polygon games, like, man, they never stood a chance on the Sega Saturn. They never had it. You know? They never had it. Keith is going to die unless I use an item. There we go. But yeah, when it comes to remakes and stuff, like, this was actually one of the ones that I had like a very good feeling about. And obviously, you know, it's not terrible. I've definitely seen like worse. But it's definitely nowhere near the best. It's no Tactics Ogre Reborn, a game I still have yet to play, by the way. 100% those early Polygon games are rough looking. Yes, exactly. I actually have like The Legend of Dragoon up there, which is an RPG I never actually played. And I need to get to that, because it's one of those games where you look at it and it's just like, oh, this hasn't aged particularly well either, but I could still see myself playing it. There's something about it. Is Legend of Dragoon, is that the one that has the combo system in it? I feel like it is. There's a couple, isn't there? The Xenogears, which definitely has a combo system in it. I've actually played that, a little bit of that. I haven't completed that game. I definitely need to at some point. I was going to do a video on it at some point, and then I got invited to work for rpgamer.com, which unfortunately didn't really go anywhere. Like, it was unfortunate. But yeah, I was playing through Xenogears when that happened, so I kind of had to drop it, unfortunately, before I got anywhere significant enough to make a video on. But I will get back to that at some point, because that game looks amazing. And it actually has like some decent controller things, because it was made before we had like analog controls, but it still works in a 3D space, and it works fairly well. Like, if you play, you know, anyone who's familiar with 3D games like, you know, Metal Gear Solid and the like, in that area, if you didn't have like an analog controller to use with it, it's really bad. It's a bad time trying to play those games compared to how they are today. You will say that the story for Shining Force 3 is pretty great. Yeah, Legend of Dragoon has a pretty fun combat mechanic. Cool. I will eventually get to that. It's on my list. Unfortunately, like, I'm trying to stay like abreast of like the newer, more up to date stuff that's coming out at the moment. So getting back to older games has just been impossible. Like, I've been very, very busy recently. Plus the fact that I've been playing lots of Marvel Snap, which hasn't been helping. Marvel Snap sounds a lot. If you're not aware, is the game that you think it is. It's essentially a card game using the Marvel characters. Am I planning on playing Fire Emblem Engage? I want to say yes. The reason I'm so hesitant on giving a proper answer is that I'm going to say something that's very unpopular right now. I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm not sure I've ever actually played a Fire Emblem game that I liked. And that's probably going to be upsetting some people, but I'm not sure I've ever played one that I really, really, really liked. And there are totally people out there that absolutely love that franchise. And I wish I did, because I would probably be a much more popular YouTube channel if I did like Fire Emblem games and did lots of Fire Emblem stuff. But the fact is that I don't. And it would be ridiculous of me to try and, you know, make a channel out of... I mean, there's already hundreds of Fire Emblem channels out there as well, so... I want to say yes. I want to give it a fair shot, because they are trying some different stuff mechanically, and the mechanics and the gameplay and the things that I don't like about Fire Emblem, I think they're very generic. The things that I do like about Fire Emblem are all the... Oh, I need to be careful. Oh, no. Are all the stories that they do. The characters are very likable and engageable, and, you know, it's fun to have those little romances happen. The game itself is kind of the same as it always has been, and that's kind of the problem. It's good to see that some of the stuff they're talking about doing is having like different attacks. Obviously, the engage mechanic where you have like, you know, you wear those rings and two people attack and have like different types of stuff. That could be really interesting. The series has needed something like that for a long time. So yes, I want to play it. Whether or not I feature it like in any sort of like official capacity for the channel, it's hard to say. I've got to really be like pick and choose the stuff that I cover, just because I don't have a lot of time on my hands. Although saying that, is there anything else that's going to be a strategy RPG that comes out in that time frame? And now I think about it, there's probably not. So maybe I could do something with it. Yeah. This is the give and take that I've got to take on every single like decision as to what to do. Do I have a Patreon? I do not. I appreciate the thought, Stephen. I've thought a couple of times about having a Patreon, just because recently, like, actually having a Patreon would actually be really nice. But so I'm a postal worker, or a postman, depending on where you come from. And at the moment, my company is my union is striking at the moment. We're trying to get better terms and conditions for the job that we do, especially at this time of year where, like, you know, it's very busy being a delivery officer when it's Christmas time, as you would be shocked to learn. And at the moment we are striking. We've got, like, let's see now, I think there's 8 dates planned for the next month, and it's gonna be a rough one. We're gonna missing out on a lot of money that's meant to be for Christmas time, which sucks. So having a Patreon would be nice, but I don't. So maybe that's something I should look into. I mean, I probably should. I very much appreciate the sentiment, though. Thank you for bringing that up. These treads look so goofy, man. I'm so glad they're in the game. Holy shit. Yeah, but the main reason, like, I don't cover everything is just because, you know, I don't have time. I'm sure you understand too. Like, it's difficult being of this age, trying to do a job where I'm, because I think there's a space for it in the YouTube community. I think there's a space for having somebody here who just covers who just covers strategy RPGs. We have lots of, you know, RPG YouTubers about, but nobody really specializes into strategy RPGs like I want to. I mean, I appreciate all the coverage you've done. They're fun Let's Plays. Oh, cheers, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you. It's honestly, it's kind of easier when there's somebody like yourself to bounce off of. So for the first like 50 minutes of me doing this, nobody really said anything, and it's real hard to try and keep like good energy going when there's nobody here that's actually saying anything. I don't need to be in the arena, but yeah, it's. I really appreciate that. Anyway, thank you. So, how come you're watching today? Did you just? I'm assuming you're already a subscriber to the channel. So, again, thank you for that. Did you just see me streaming and decide to join in? Because that's cool. If people are into that, then I will definitely do more of it. So, I'm gonna play this game anyway. So I may as well be online doing it for people, having a good time and talking to people. That's the reason why I do it. I don't remember this mission. That's interesting. Let's save the game. Yeah, this game definitely isn't. I never catch you live. I've only watched retrospectively. Ah, okay. Well, thank you for joining me today. It's nice to have somebody to talk to. How are you today? How are things going for Stephen? I've been given a reprieve from my usual Sunday. Normally I'd be doing family stuff, but they're making sure to put up all the Christmas decorations. Earlier on, before I did this, I made sure to do all the outside decorations, so I've done my part. When it comes to the tree, weirdly enough, like the tree stuff, my wife and I always get into some sort of fight about it. Not in a real nasty way, but it's just like, it got to the point where I really needed to not be doing that and just letting my wife do it on her own. It makes it sound terrible, but we always seem to get into arguments over what goes on the tree and stuff like that. Playing some Total War Warhammer 3. Okay. Yeah, you're doing the same? Okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Like, for some reason, like, putting up the Christmas tree just turns into sort of like the couple's IKEA experience, if you know what I mean. You're lucky to get out of there without having a fight. Yeah, this scene, it's where Royd and Karen meet. Well, not exactly meet, but, you know, Royd does something nice, so... I've seen too many people die. I'm not taking any chances anymore. So, yeah. Then he realizes how he feels about her. They've got floaters. The script is exactly the same from the Nintendo DS thing. So, if you're not aware, Front Mission 1, the Super NES game, it was also released later on with a new script, a new translation, and some quality of life changes for the Nintendo DS. And I feel like that is exactly what this game is. It's exactly the same as the DS version. It just looks a bit different. It looks nice though, don't get me wrong. But I remember this fight being a pain in the ass. And I'm assuming it's going to be exactly the same here. Yeah, yeah, that's one of the things I would have liked to have seen too. Having seen, you know, all the hype about Tactics Ogre Reborn, not having voice acting for this, just it just seems like very much a very much a budget remake. Like they've spent the least amount on it that they possibly could have done. The funny thing is though that like whilst this had a remake, a remaster done for the Nintendo DS, Front Mission 2 and Front Mission 3 are also on the docket for Forever Entertainment, the developer, to come and to do a version of. And Front Mission 2 never actually made it to the West, so they're going to have to splash out some money to do a translation of that game. Because there is actually a fan translation out there, but nobody can actually use it because it's absolutely dog shit. It's so bad. I mean, I haven't played the game, but I've seen some footage of that, and it's absolutely terrible. It's some good old-fashioned Google English, you know, proper style of translation. It's gibberish half the time. And if they use that, then people are going to know about it because it just... I mean, my opinion of Forever Entertainment, if they were to use that, would fall even lower than it already is. So, we'll have to see. Testing the waters? Yeah, they probably are. Yeah, exactly. You love that game, okay. Translation's really bad, but the missions are fun. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like I said, I haven't actually seen that much of Front Mission 2, but I'm hoping that... You know what, my biggest worry is the fact that they will use all these same assets on the second game, and probably the third game too. Yeah, exactly, Stephen, we're having the same thoughts, okay. Yeah, they're probably going to reuse a whole bunch of stuff, and then just do exactly the... Yeah, exactly. I hope they don't do that, because that... They probably will, won't they? I mean, as much as I don't want them to, and as much as like I'm fearful of them doing it, that's probably exactly what's going to happen. And unfortunately, like I've done a few videos like voicing my fears about this game. Pretty much everything that I was afraid of happening has happened so far. So you know, I'm like, I don't know. I had a list of stuff that I would have liked to have seen them do. And they've done maybe... Like, the one thing they've done is they've changed it so that you have a free roaming camera. That's the one thing that I've seen on here that I'm happy about. With a few other tiny little changes that are okay. But apart from that, it's been a whole bunch of disappointment, unfortunately. So... I don't know. Like I said, though, there's always the possibility that, you know, just the fact that the Front Mission 2 and 3 are actually more modern games, they will probably get away with a lot more of that. Excuse me. They will probably get away with it if they do a better version of those two games. This one, because it's so old, it doesn't get away with it, and it just comes across as being really clunky. But this game, like, from what little I understand, the development of this game has not been easy. Just because of, it was originally supposed to come out in the summertime, it slipped, they told us nothing about it until September, where we saw a very, very short trailer of gameplay. And then after that, I think we got something in the beginning of November, and that was really short, and then the game was out, and it just seems like they've done the least amount possible. So, oh my god, Mayhua. Missing twice in a row. Fantastic. I'm just gonna go get a drink, I'll be right back. My throat is a bit sore. That was one of the other things that always got me in this game as well. Is that I feel like that is far too far to be getting attacked. It's too far ranged. But yet here we are. I don't know. I can fight back. Okay, I feel better about it then. The game does a bad job of explaining like when you're in range of stuff as well. I was hoping they would have something along the lines of the triangle strategy method of like you have your movement area open to you, and you also have like your the movement area that we see here with the blue blocks. You then have like a red area, which is your area of engagement, and then you have the purple. I think it's a purple area that shows where the enemy will attack you as well. I would wait for a sale, honestly, Steven. Just been slowing going through triangle strategy, which I'm enjoying. Yeah, I really enjoyed triangle strategy. I think it's probably... I really need to play some more. I need to start playing Midnight Suns, and I need to play Tactics Ogre, because so far Triangle Strategy has been my game of the year. I really like it. I think it's great. Yeah, the overlay art that the information that portrays is super good. It's without fault, in my opinion, and it's a great addition. It obviously shows that they know what they're doing. Something that I can't say about this, unfortunately. Yeah, there are a lot of things about this that I'm not overly happy about, unfortunately. Yes. Is there anything I dislike about Triangle Strategy? I'm not sure there is, you know. Oh, that's 3 times in a row. Come on. Holy shit, she actually hit it. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really understand the reviews that Triangle Strategy was getting either. Like, some people were saying like the cutscenes were really long, and I just haven't found that. I mean, I suppose it depends. Like, if some people were like, because that game has voice acting, obviously. If they were going through and waiting for all the voice lines to end, then I can understand why some cutscenes could be long. But if you're clicking through them, if you're just reading it yourself, it's not that. Like, I seem to remember that being the big thing that people were like having against the game, is that the cutscenes were too long. It's just like, okay, well, just read it like it's a book and get through them quicker then. If that's the thing, yet, like, you're given the option to get through those quickly. If you don't, then it's on you. Like, I never understood that. I felt like the game did like a very good job of taking the time to actually like flesh out the characters and the stakes that were at play there in that game. And I never understood the criticism, because I think IGN gave it an 8 out of 10. I'm just like, I kind of feel like you should have given it more, honestly. Like, I'd have to have a look at the IGN review again. I know they gave it 8 out of 10, but I'm not really sure what they put against it. It felt unfair to me at the time. It just felt a bit like, oh, okay, you're bashing it because it's, I don't know, not a modern RPG. It's not Fire Emblem. There's no marriage in it. Is that the thing you put? Like, it, I couldn't understand it. It seemed weird to me. It's not too bad. I hear Midnight Suns has very long cutscenes. Also, IGN reviews can be rubbish depending on the reviewer. I mean, that's the same with anyone. My time with RPGgamer.com was very much the same. So I was a streamer over there, I wanted to be a reviewer at first, and then try to actually. So I played through the Voice of Cards. Oh, what was it called? It was the third Voice of Cards game, and I tried to get through that. I got through it pretty quickly. I got through the game like in a weekend, and then they wanted me to. I wrote the review, and then the actual process for getting the review in the way that they wanted it was such a hassle. I actually spent. I'm pretty certain I spent more on trying to get the review the way they wanted it than it took me to actually finish the game. And at that point, I was just like, what the hell are we doing here? Like, the way that they wanted me to do it as well was very much like the late 90s. So if you're not familiar, the website is from the late 90s. It used to be a Square Enix fan site, and it just kind of feels like they never got away from that. So their review process is very clandestine, and the way it just ends up being, they ended up taking my review, which I've written reviews for things before. Like I try and make my things very personable, and you know I use I a lot because it's my opinion when I say these things, and they hated that. They got me to take out all of that. So I decided not to do any of that anymore after that. I joined their stream team because, you know, I can get in front of a camera and talk to people. I prefer not doing that. If I'm being honest, I think I'm probably better doing an edited form of content personally. But given my options, that was I chose to do that instead because I thought that was better than the trying to make these reviews that I was not enjoying doing. So, and then after that, the streaming thing was taking up a lot of my time. I was having to do, I think, 6 hours a week, which was too much. I had to do it specifically in a time that didn't suit as well, so I ended up having to give it up. Like, don't get me wrong, by the way, all the people that are there are really cool. Like, I have like lots of good experiences of actually talking to people and working with the people there. It's just that the practices that they have to actually work didn't suit me. Yeah, exactly. Everything was taking a long time. I wanted to do YouTube videos for them, but it didn't work out because trying to get footage from people off there is impossible. The people that were working there, they were great, but they were doing it as a hobby, and they weren't doing it they weren't being, how do I say this without being mean? I don't think they were doing it to basically as a hobby, in the sense that I feel like they didn't have enough gumption about them, let's just say. It always seemed very relaxed. Like it. There were a lot of times when I wanted to try and push to get a review or a video review out before the game was released, and in some cases, like let's take Tactics Ogre Reborn for example. Tactics Ogre Reborn, they got their review copies a month before the game shipped. I'm like, oh great, okay, well that's plenty of time. Like, people can play through the game, we can get a video review out, and everything will be great. Like we'll get good coverage. People will be searching for the term days before the game releases, when everyone else was, you know, the dedicated websites, dedicated YouTubers will put in their reviews up. We can be out at the same time. We'll get traction. We'll get lots of eyes on it. It'll be great. And the person who was in charge of it wasn't ready. They weren't ready to make a review. And crap. And it was just it was like that every time. Every time I wanted to try and make a push to like get decent views on stuff, they were never ready to actually do anything with it. So, you know, if you want to be competing with the outlets that, you know, have people doing this full time, you have to be ready. And for a lot of them, it was too much of a hobby for them. They were more interested in playing the games rather than doing the website or the YouTube side of it, which for me was never enough. Yeah, you can't have one foot in. Exactly. That's a good way of putting it. Thank you. It just made me question like what these people were actually here for, what they were actually there for. And it made me realize that a lot of them were probably there to get free games, because, you know, being there, you had the opportunity to play games for free. You had to write a review afterwards, which, you know, as I've mentioned, is kind of a pain in the ass, but if you do that, you get the game for free. So I'd imagine that a lot of them were just doing it for that. The review, which not everybody actually did, by the way. Not everybody actually managed to get all the way through and actually complete a review. So I'd imagine a lot of them are just doing it for that. And they wouldn't even get through the review process. They're just there for the free games rather than the actual like process of making a review, getting it up, making it into something that you can put online. Yeah, I have friends there that weren't like that. It wasn't everybody, but for the majority of the things that I saw, it was a whole lot of them just not taking it seriously what they were doing, which I don't think you can do. If you're gonna, you can't just have the perk of having the free game if you're not actually going to follow through, you know, with the actual process of what it's like to be a journalist. Not that I'm any expert or anything. I mean, I wasn't there for long enough, but yeah, it was very frustrating to come to the realization that, hey, this thing that I would really like to have a go at, can't do that here. It's much easier for me to do my own thing on this YouTube channel. With as little time as I do have, it's just easier for me to do this because I was in control. I'm in control of every aspect of it, and I know what I want. I can do the things the way I want. It's a lot less frustrating. Man, I hate this map. So we got rid of one of those guys, but the ED209 looking dudes, which is good. But we still have one more to take down, and we're a little bit looking worse for wear on this one. I think we need to regroup a little bit. Get get our supply truck up here. Oh my god, can somebody actually hit the commander, please? Come on, Molly. Oh wait, is Molly on super low health? Yes, she is. Okay, let's get her out of there. But yeah, since it's just you and me, Stephen, I'll let you in on a little secret. My idea for next year is to continue doing stuff like this with playthroughs of the big games that are coming out. But I'm hoping to get more into the news cycle of it. And what I mean by that is reporting on important news that's coming through, but also like reporting on the smaller end stuff, and using like YouTube Shorts to do with it. Because I can produce a video pretty quickly these days. Like I have enough experience now where I can do things pretty quickly. And making like 1-minute videos about like the news that's going on, considering the state of Twitter, because Twitter used to be like a big part of the news cycle, and obviously less people are using Twitter these days for obvious reasons. I feel like there's a space where you could have like, you know, 1-minute videos telling people what's going on. These commander units are sucking. They're annoying. God, Jake's If I come forward like this, I might be able to finish this guy off. That's good. Okay. Yeah, I think there's a space for it. And obviously, you know, I wouldn't have to make one every day. With the fact that, you know, not everybody's out there looking for... There's not always going to be something to report on because, you know, it's only strategy RPGs that I'll be concentrating on, so the amount of stuff going around should be less. Really? Wait. Oh, hands couldn't attack from there. God damn. Oh, I forgot about them. This could be bad. But yeah, that's my big idea for next year. Having you mentioned it before, though, I probably will end up doing a playthrough of Fire Emblem Engage, just to keep the things rolling. Oh, that's good. You should only have punches now. That's good. Come on. Attack the punch arm, please. Shut down again. 2 health left. Then uses that to take out my weapon arm. Oh, I love the game damage in this. It's the best. Okay, that guy can't do anything now. He... Yep. Yep. Let's see if we can take on this guy and then get rid of his gun arm. Oh dear. Oh dear. I need to go back down to health. Otherwise JJ is gonna die. Hopefully that finishes this guy off. Guy refuses to die. Annoying. Weird to try and do this without losing anyone else. Need to take the bridge. Get rid of everyone else that's on the bridge. And then refuel and rearm ourselves, I guess. Huh, interesting. That guy's running away now. That's good. That's good for us. Damn, my Nike. My Nike legs. This commander is taking way too long to actually kill. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, that's not bad. That's not terrible. Frederick's not in the best spot, but he should be able to do some damage here. Okay, nice. Meihua should be able to get a... I think we'll leave Meihua to this commander, and in about 20 years she might actually do something. What's the deal with Paul? Paul needs to heal up. Yeah, we can send hands forward actually. Well, they can resupply. P, we can get forwards. This is looking a bit better. Like I said though, like I was saying earlier on, like these longer missions, they just take it out of you. Like, how long have we been going on this fight? This has got to be like half an hour now, right? It takes too long. There's an actual option to take out the instant battle, but when you put it on, let me show you what it's like. It's not what you want. Let's just put it that way. Oh, interesting. Do I not have any? I guess Roy doesn't have any items to actually be able to use, which is bad. But yeah, let me show you take instant battle into account. So you don't get to see any of the cool graphics or anything. You just get... There you go. Nothing happened. Yes, that was one of the main things I wanted. It was like at least a fast forward button, and they didn't implement it. It's just this. This is what you get. In fact, we should Frederick go forwards? There you go. That's it. That's all you see. It's really bad. It's terrible. Let's take that off because it's garbage. It's actual human trash. Okay. Okay, Molly. Yeah, you're refueled and ready to actually do stuff now, aren't you? After Meihua has been missing everything, Molly comes in, as terrible as she is, and just hits them straight away. That's infuriating. But yeah, it's one of the main things I have an issue with this game. Is the fact that when you compare it to the great strategy RPGs that come out this year, like Triangle Strategy and Tactics Ogre Reborn, which are both Squaresoft properties, by the way. They're both Square Enix games. You know, I know this is made by a different developer, but it's still under the watchful eye, or should be under the watchful eye of Square. And it doesn't have the things that it needs to compete. And this is the same price. This game came out, like, I think 3 weeks after Tactics Ogre Reborn. And it doesn't have the same level of care and quality about it at all. It just baffles me. It just baffles me how they can say that this game is a £40 game, $40 game, whatever you want to call it, and doesn't have the same level of care about it. It's almost exactly like the original, and there's not really a good excuse for it. Come on, just hit. My god, this commander just refuses to die. Hey! Well done, JJ. You know, it took us about 20 turns. Holy shitballs. That took way too long. Yeah, so I have many frustrations with this game. And in my opinion, I feel like I'm being at least fair. I don't think I'm being unfair towards the game to say that it has issues and I wish they'd done more work on it. But I know some people will be upset with my opinion that when Nintendo Life reviewed this game and gave it a 5 out of 10, I think that's fine. I think that's actually a very fair score to give them for this. And I know some people are going to be vehemently angry with me for saying that, because that's how fandom works. Their hope for a good game outweighs the sensible speaking of those people that are trying to review it. And I wanted this game to be good. I wanted it to be excellent. I really did. It just isn't. Okay, we have the missiles, we have the technology. Come on, destroy this guy. Destroy him. I said destroy him, please. Please, I'm asking nicely now. Dear me. It's funny though, like, you know, we've been talking about like Fire Emblem and stuff like that. I know that the characters from the last few games have actually been really well written, especially in Three Houses. I think in Three Houses it actually works really well. I've played a few of those games now, and some of the older ones are really rough to go back to, because whilst they do have the story missions and, you know, the support stuff that's going on, a lot of them are just really, really long, and they're really long for the sake of being long. They're not that fun to go through. A lot of the setup just comes across as being not that great in some of the older games, like Genealogy, the Holy War. That game is long, and it's unnecessarily long as well, which is a shame, because I feel like that game is pretty good otherwise. The characters and some of the support stuff are actually pretty good, but a lot of the setup is not. Yes. Attack the body. Okay. Let us attack this weaker one. Okay, hand. Okay. Yay! 1 damage! Woo! Fantastic. How much are they gonna do? Oh wait. Yeah, that seems fair. That seems incredibly fair. Thank you very much for that. Alright, commander unit, that's going to be annoying, I know. Ah, cheers, Steven. Yeah, thanks for joining and talking to me. It's been a lot easier with you being here, so thank you for that. Yeah, I'm not certain exactly when I'll be doing this again, but if you're available and you drop by, that'd be fantastic. So yeah, catch you later. Resupply, doing things. Oh. Can't get to that guy unless we get rid of you, so let's get rid of you. Damn these guys. They avoid shit like it's the plague. Go. That's their last supply truck. Just the what's that? 6 left. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. The big guys moving forwards. This is when we will be tested. Just want to hit that guy. Just want to hit there. Yes. Okay. Things are looking less dire now. Put Ryuji there also. Put Mantle there. Keith there. The next turn we'll be able to resupply. Start shooting people in the way that we enjoy. Cool. Let's do it. I think we'll do this one and call it, because this mission's taking way too long. Pretty sure this is the point when this starts to really get annoying though. When the fact that you find a lot of enemies and you don't really have the means to take them out quickly. And it's a pain in the ass. I just want to destroy one arm. Just let me have that. Happiness, happiness, the greatest penis that I possess. Okay, they've finally run out of ammo, thank God. Alright, I'm going to have to save the game here because I'm not sure that Royd will survive attacking this thing head on, like this. This might be incredibly bad, incredibly stupid. Excellent. Okay, fantastic. Okay. I mean, the legs is the least important part, but whatever, we take what we can get. Can we attack from there? Yes, we can, but it's not optimal. Effort. Come on. Come on, hit something. Hit something. Okay. Alright. We need to get a result here, so JJ is probably going to kill himself. Not close at all. Not even close. Come on, Frederick. Come on, Frederick. Alright, one arm down, one to go. Excellent. Alright, Maywa, who's been very consistent by not hitting anything. Can she do so here? I will take that, that's good. Come on. Yeah, don't care, just give me the arm. Want the arm, give me the arm. Fantastic. Okay. That's enormous for us. Hans doesn't have any ammo by the looks of it. Yeah. Just get there. See if we can stay there. These guys are having a picnic, I guess. I'm not really sure what they're doing. Royd's going to attack because there is no counter-attack coming. Excellent. Down they go. Awesome. Alright. Moving on up. Okay. Another great attack. Nice. Wait a minute. Oh, we have to go that way around. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. The picnic goers are still having a picnic. Excellent. Royd's not going to go first here because he's got way too little health. We can attack again. Good. I would like to blow that up first. Make it so. Yeah, you can stay there. Cool. I'm gonna go to the toilet. I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. We are nearly there. Nearly there. 3 more units to take care of. And this enormously stupid fight. Meanwhile, down at the picnic ground, still aren't moving. Jesus. Cool. I wonder if they'll move now. Two shots, 2 hits. That's what we like to see. Sadness. That's all I gotta say about that. It's like they're glued to the floor. Hey, 1 down, 1 to go. In terms of arms, of course. Come on, let me thrust punch you. God, this is taking so long, isn't it? It's painful. Yeah, I'm done after this. This is taking ages. Legs are done. Make it sound like they should be in the oven or something. Really? It's taking so long. It's so bad. Three health. 3 health. God damn it. Come on, dudes. We're so close. Can you not just surrender so I can go home, please? Just taking so long. Holy crap, this is taking forever. Ba 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 da 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 do 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 ba da da da. Okay, Natalie, let's go. Okay, nice. Less nice. Come on, get me something. Come on, Freddy boy. I get it, they got big legs. I'm jealous. Can we aim for something else though? Please. Come on, there's an arm over there. Still working. There we go. Whoop whoop. Oy vey. This fight is taking forever. This might be the longest fight hour of my life. This is just shy. Just hit the body. Come on. Oh. Like some goddamn furious. There we go, holy shit, some Groundhog Day crap. Hey Papal, how's it going? I'm slowly losing the will to live playing this game. This fight is taking so long. It's taking like, what? God, it's gotta be like at least 45 minutes on this one map. It's too long, it's so bad. There we go. How are things for you? I'm doing okay. Stop playing then. I as soon as I'm done with this mission, I will stop playing. It's at this point when the game like stops being mildly annoying and just is straight up just not using its time effectively. Finally, holy shit. Yeah, that took too long. I hope you're doing well. Just enjoying soup. It's getting cold here. It's getting cold here too. I had to put my our outside lights up, and it sucked. It was really, really cold outside. Yeah, things are going okay. I've got a bit of a cold. That's why I sound a little bit more nasally than usual, if such a thing is possible. But yeah, being outside when, you know, it's this kind of weather, having to do the job I do, just it's not much fun, honestly. What was the other one I had? It was the Zacady, wasn't it? Is it though? Is it though? The Barson. Okay, I want the Barson. These sound like water. Barson? Yep. Then I'll be over my plate. It was lovely to see the fog in the morning on Friday, but it made me sick. Oh, that's not cool. Your cold? Yeah, I've got a cold too. Really? I think it's just the season, isn't it? Everyone's got a cold because everybody's getting it. Sneezing so bad. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat as you, unfortunately. I'm looking for shields. That is the shield. Also looking for things that deal damage. Donkey. Alright, take on the donkey again. The donkey attachment, the shoulder attachment looks like it's barely holding on, man. That's terrible. You've been shut in your room with food shoved from the window? What? It's the best. It sounds like you're a prisoner. You're a prisoner in your own room. And it's the best, apparently. What? Oh, man. Okay. Maybe I should play some Marvel Snap instead. Maybe that'd be more fun. Maybe I should do that. Let's do some of that. No one's disturbing me, calling me after every minute and stuff. It's the best in that aspect. I understand that totally. Have you got this, by the way? Were you a Pokemon fan? I don't remember. My daughter's been playing Pokemon Violet. I would really like to play it, but I think it would be better for me to be just watching her play it now. She's sort of like 10 hours in, I think. She's really enjoying it. I think it's her first proper Pokemon game that she's ever played. I like the fact that it's open world, that you can do whatever you want. Oh no, to go work with people you don't like. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You're not a Pokemon fan. Okay. Fair enough. I'm sorry to hear about your work, though. Is it one of those things where you're putting up with it because it's a career path that will lead you somewhere that doesn't have you working with crappy people? Is that how that goes? I wish that was where it was for me, because I'm stuck with the crappy people that I have to work with. There's no career progression for me. Not unless I want to become a manager, and it is, yes. Thank God. Thank God that there is a future in sight where you don't have to put up with that shit. So that's very good. I am pleased for you in that aspect, because that is not how it is for me. I have to put up with the same crappy people all the time. And it's frustrating to no end. But such is life, unfortunately. Temporary poopiness for a permanent success. That's exactly the way to look at it. Well done. Well done, you, Baffle. That's exactly what you should be, the way you should be looking at that. Good for you. Meanwhile, I'm I'm attempting to play through this game. Excuse me. That I don't really like that much, but I know that there are people on my channel that really want me to play it. And, you know, as much as I complain about it, I want this game to be good, and it just isn't. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, I'm probably going to be coming off this in a moment, once I've done all this stuff. I've got a review of this game coming out shortly. What's more poopy is that I couldn't get my mic to work even with a USB connector. So I've left it to its fate. I'll be using a new hands-free. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, you were having that issue. I'm sorry to hear that. That really sucks. That's bullshit. Can you? Is it some way you can? Is it some situation where you can take it back? Can you get your money back for that? I can sell it to a friend who agreed to buy it. He said he needed one. Well, what kind of microphone is it? I'm sure I probably asked this last time, and I apologize. We're over and Lavier mic. Never heard of that. Okay. I mean, it's not like I'm some sort of like microphone expert or anything. Let's be real here. Like, I don't know every microphone that's ever been invented. But I have heard of a few, and I haven't heard of that one. So let's have a quick look on the old Amazons. Oh, okay. It's like one you can attach to your collar mic. Yeah. It's a clip-on. Huh. Okay. Oh, that's a shame it doesn't work. Those are meant to be pretty good, actually. A lapel mic. Yeah. I've seen a lot of those that are actually pretty decent. Do you need it for like dictating notes and stuff? Is that what it's for, or are you planning on becoming a reporter? Used it with your phone and it works so good, but with the laptop, the software doesn't tell it apart from the headphones. Yeah, I remember you saying before that like it doesn't work out the way you want it to, and that's no good. That's bad. It's a bad thing. It's a shame you only had the issues now, because obviously you could get like an Amazon deal before. Game recordings. Oh, okay. And I use my hands free for that purpose. Yeah. What kind of games were you thinking of recording? Maybe we could plug it to the thousands of people that are watching this right now. Mostly Sega Genesis games I used to play when I was a kid. Ah. So some might say, like, games like Shining Force 2, perhaps. Eh? Games like that, perhaps. If anyone's watching right now, Papal Plays is going to be playing some Sega Genesis games over on her channel, which she's going to put into the chat right now, right this moment, right this second. In the next millisecond, that's when that's going on there. And you best do her the honor of going over there and watching her do that, because otherwise I will be upset with you. They're too long to cover. Snow Bros. Oh, okay. Never even heard of that. Snow Bros. Again, Amazon. Snow Bros. Oh, the box art for this is very odd. It's literally a snowman that's wearing like a fez and overalls like he's Mario. That's very strange. You can finish in 30 minutes. Jeez, okay. That's a little bit different. That's not quite as long as the 40 or 50 hours put into to Shining Force. So yeah. No, it's cool. I'm glad you're doing that stuff. So, although I can't say I've ever heard of it. Just looking at screenshots of it now. It looks the way that the platforming looks. It kind of reminds me of Bubble Bobble. Is it single screen or does it scroll? Single screen. Okay, that's why it reminds me of Bubble Bobble, though, because it's the same deal. I used to love Bubble Bobble. Played it with my sister all the time. Used to get to about like 40 levels in, and then the game just became way too hard. I need to maybe try and play that game again, because I wonder how far I could actually get these days. That game was super popular when it came out, though. The cutesy, like, anime-looking graphics. Like, it was a very popular game back then. You ever played that Bubble Bobble? You get the main character snowballing enemies and defeating bosses till the final stage. Very tedious. That sounds cool. If you link it in the chat, they will come. Have you got a... You've got like a... Okay, you used to love that and spend hours on it. Yeah, I mean... That was maybe the very first game I played co-op with anyone. Was that with my sister. We used to. I've got memories of actually playing that with her, and then stealing all the. So you would get like these little bubbles that you could pop, and if you got like all the letters that spelled out extend, you would get like bonuses, and you would skip the level. And I used to remember. I would get the extend first, obviously, and then she would try and get extend as well, and then I'd just steal them all because I was a good big brother like that. I was horrible. I was such a horrible big brother back then. Jesus, I was so bad. Yeah, I was really bad with it. Yeah. Alright, that's gonna do it for me. I've had enough of playing Front Mission. It was nice to talk to you again, Papel. Thank you for making this bearable for me. Everyone else, thank you for watching. I'll be back later to play some more, probably on another day. Not today. My patience for Front Mission has waned today. But yeah, that's gonna do it. See you all later. Ciao.